Hello and welcome to the TMC Newsroom. My name is Rich Tehrani. Thanks for watching us. This week we are in California speaking with some of the best and brightest companies in the area. On our program is Andy Abramson, who's the CEO of Comunicano. Andy, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, Rich. It's always good to see you and everybody from TMC.
Likewise, last time that we had an interview, I introduced your company as what I think of as kind of like public relations 2.0, and you gave us a description of how you do things differently and how you position the companies that you work with. What's new?
Well, I think the last time we talked, we were probably around exit 18. We're now up to exit 23. So we've had a few more since last summer. We were in Connecticut.
Successful companies that have sold out, sold themselves.
2 IPOs in that time period and a couple private sales. So we're really excited about that we're able to bring value into the executive suite and help them drive shareholder value or investor value. It also means that they've done really well as a company in order to attract the kind of attention. But we're also seeing with some of our public market companies, like MyTech Systems, that our methodology, the methodology that we've developed, which we talked about in the first interview, is really creating the interest from customers and investors. So let's take MyTech Systems. In February of 2010, the stock was trading in the 50-cent range. It hit an all-time low, I think, of 55 cents the day we began outreach in March. I'll never forget that. 55 cents, there's only one place to go, up. Well, last week, the stock traded in the nines at about $9.50. That's an 18x increase by a company which is doing a very good job at A, producing breakthrough technology. All the camera phone banking technology, when you want to deposit a check, sure. 8 of the top 10 banks are theirs.
I think I interviewed with them in CTIA.
Correct, at CTIA. You're correct. We were just starting out with them, and once again, somebody gets on meets you and TMC, and look where their stock goes. But
I think you get the credit. You get the credit.
But anyway, so they've got that. They've now got a mobile payment program where you can take a snap of a bill and pay the bill, using the same technology and others based upon it. So it's not just depositing, it's now paying. Well, we've taken their story and they've done a great job at selling into the integrators and into the banks across America. We like that, and they didn't have to worry so much about investor relations like some companies tried to. They just told their story well, and we look at it continually that you've got story positioning and messaging which are needed by any company, and you have to do it well, and we start from there and take it forward.
And are there any companies that are not a fit, or really any tech or telecom company would be a fit to work with you?
We've actually branched out of, if I started out in sports when I was a teenager and have done consumer products, and we're doing automotive with TrueCar now. So
so you're really broad.
We're very broad. The team is extremely experienced, but telecom, mobile, collaboration, video, a lot of video. Are at the heart of what we're doing, and really new ideas. We like to bring new ideas to market, or when a company is in transition, help them shift from where they were to where they want to be. We're doing that now with InterDigital, a company based in my old hometown, Philadelphia. So I get to go home and see my friends, but more importantly, help put a company that's very successful, $500 million in the bank, $750 million in the bank right now. Stocks trading in the 40s. We're building their visibility the right way from the bottom up. We're working with Counterpath still, who you interviewed Todd Brothers yesterday. You met Nucona. We're working with them all across the board: public, private, startup, babies, angels. Heavily into mobile healthcare right now. That's one of the key areas that we're focusing on, and mobile finance. The key is that we've seen the media shift. So you recall many years ago I put you in a Nokia Blogger Relations program.
Right.
That type of methodology we had to refine, revise. Now we've seen with social media the rise of 2 categories: reality reflectors, which are very good. They take the story and they articulate it as if you told it, so it can be told and retold. But there's this new group of social mediologists, and that's what I like to call them, all social mediologists as opposed to bloggers. And because they're now tweeting, they're Facebooking, they're LinkedIning, they're noshing, they're doing all kinds of things to tell stories. Well, there's also reality benders, and a reality bender tends to be someone who could be a hater. They could be somebody who says, oh, if you want me to blog, give me $50, or I'm not going to write a nice blog post about you. I have a great line, a blog is not a piggy bank. If you want to blog because you want to write, and if you happen to make money off it, great, but don't be putting your hand out to write a post, because that totally destroys your credibility. Then you have some other organizations which will use blogs as a way of distorting reality. So we tend to look how can we navigate between the reality reflectors, which is the bright side and the light, away from the dark side of the benders.
That makes sense. So what's next?
What's next? I just see more growth. I think there's a lot of new companies coming up, and you're going to see more consumerization of apps. I mean, apps and services. I think you're carrying one. I'm carrying one. The iPad is my favorite device, and then I'm using one of these still. I use a MiFi. This one that was come from Verizon, but they're available from AT&T, T-Mobile, Sprint here in the U.S. I travel with an unlocked one when I go around the world. You got to stay connected. For years, Ken Rakowski and I have done the World Technology Roundup, and we always end with stay connected. Well, this stuff is allowing us to stay connected. I'm almost never, ever disconnected. And this, has actually become my phone. I'm using the Bria from Counterpath client. I've got phone calls coming in from my ITSP Telesphere, Junction Networks, OnSIP, and TruePhone. I got them all lined up and I can connect to them. But this has become my phone. I use it for conference calls, and I use WebEx. I use Cauliflower that Alex Saunders started. A little bit of GoToMeeting. It's all here, and now we're seeing video come along, and it's goodbye desk phone and goodbye big expensive hardware. I think hardware is dead. It's devices like this, and it ties back to a post I wrote about 3 or 4 years ago after a Telco 2.0 conference in London that Martin Getty's put on. I said it's no longer convergence, it's divergence. So you've got a device which is designed to do one thing really well, or you've got devices that do a lot of things very well. That goes out the window. And now what you've got are apps and services, and it's all sitting up in the cloud, and it's one of the hottest areas right now. So that's where we see it going, and we're supporting companies in many ways.
Andy, thanks. Thanks for staying passionate and enthusiastic. That's what we all love about you.
We love being here, and we'll see you in Austin.
Sounds great. IT Expo.